Hello and happy Valentine's weekend. I know Valentine's Day is this Sunday. Some of you are looking forward to it because you get to spend it with your honey. And some of you are looking forward to it because you don't have a honey to burden you. No matter where you stand, no matter what your stance is on Valentine's Day, don't go anywhere. This show is for you. My name is Richard Francois, and this is the Astound Yourself dating show. And hello again. Tonight on the Astound Yourself dating show, Elaine and I are going to be talking about movies. That's right, movies.
Oh, I forgot to pop my popcorn.
You forgot to pop your popcorn. Elaine,
I
you're
didn't
messing
pop my
up already.
popcorn.
But that's okay. We still love you. Just stop messing up. Elaine forgot to pop the popcorn, but that's okay. We're going to talk about movies tonight.
Darn it.
And by the way, let me formally introduce Elaine. She is my illustrious co-hostess and the matchmaker with the mostest. Did I miss anything, Elaine?
What does illustrious mean anyway? I've got to go look that up.
You should look that up. It's so much more fun to look it up. That's your assignment for me tonight, is to go look up the word illustrious. Unless somebody wants to win some points with Elaine from the audience and tell Elaine in the comments, illustrious, what does it mean?
What does that mean?
What does it mean, exactly, and do you agree? What does it mean, and do you agree that Elaine is in fact an illustrious co-hostess, or is it just me? Let's find out. Dun, dun, dun. Back to our topic. Hello, Sammy Lambert. Good to see you. Welcome back.
Hi, Sammy. Happy Valentine's Day weekend. Coming up.
The topic at hand is movies. And what kind of movies? The romantic kind, of course. Romantic comedies. And Elaine and I have picked some movies that we think have good lessons in them for the single scene, the dating scene, for flirting, that whole bit. Not the entire length of the movie is necessarily a gem in our opinion, but they have little gems. They have little gems in them. So we're going to talk about movies tonight. Some of them I've watched, some of them Elaine has watched, some of them we both have watched. And if you have one or two you'd like to suggest in the comments, by all means, this is an interactive show. Drop your comments. We love to hear them. Victoria has a comment, speaking of which. Victoria says, illustrious means sort of famous and popular, question mark. Victoria seems to be guessing. Sort of famous.
Not exactly, but sort of.
Next week, instead of saying illustrious, I'm going to say, this is my sort of famous and kind of popular co-hostess, Elaine Saunders. Let's see how that goes over.
That's a pretty fitting description, wouldn't you say?
Illustrious kind of rolls over. Sort of famous. Thank you for sharing it, Victoria.
Thank you, Victoria.
Is that how the dictionary described it, though? Sort of. I've never seen a definition in the dictionary with sort of.
Yeah. I'm like, what? A few people know me. I'm a local celeb.
Victoria's a regular on the show, so we can bust her chops a little bit and play with her. I think people are ready. If you're ready to hear about our list of movies, type ready.
Are you ready? Are you ready for this?
Are you ready for this? Anybody ready? Nobody? Type ready if you want us to give you the list. Fine. Sit here and stare at you until somebody types ready. Okay, Carla's ready.
All right.
All right, let's go. And Ali is also ready.
Thank you. They're live. Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
Plenty of readies. Let's go. Start your engine.
People out there ready and waiting.
Let's put the first one.
Get with it.
Boom.
Wedding Crashers.
You know that one, Elaine? Do you know that movie?
Wedding Crashers. Yes, I actually saw that one. I love that movie. Although I'm not a big fan of who's the male role, the lead role in that movie. I like Owen Wilson.
It's Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn is kind of, I don't know, doesn't do it for me. Girls, I want to know, am I the only one who's a little anti-Vince Vaughn? Who likes Vince Vaughn and who doesn't? Who's yay, who's nay on Vince Vaughn?
You can add that in the comments. Who's yay, who's nay? But here's what I like.
I want to know, am I the only one who's not hot?
Probably not.
Good, okay.
Probably not. But let's. What do I like about the movie? Well, the movie is fun. It's upbeat. It's about two guys who are breaking the rules because they're crashing weddings, of course. But they have each other's back. The one part in the movie, there's many things, but one part of the movie that really stands out for me as a dating strategist is when they go to the wedding and they dance with everybody. They dance with everybody from the youngest little girl who can walk to the oldest lady who can walk. They have like a little 5-year-old they're dancing with sweetly, and then there's the old lady, and they're dancing with everybody in between.
Right.
So you crash a wedding and you're doing that. You don't come off as just the creep who's trying to pick up chicks. You're just there having a good time, creating a good time. No matter where you are, you want to be that vibe, that person who's creating a good time for all involved. Everybody. You find a wallflower, the person who's in the corner, and you have them have a memorable experience. Now, I'm not sure how you're going to do that with COVID. Get creative. Be safe, get creative, and maybe bring lots of sanitizer with you, and then offer to sanitize before you dance-atize. Is there a word that rhymes with sanitize that means dancing? Whatever that is. That's what I like about the movie. The guys are the life of the party. They make sure that where they go, everybody is having a good time, not just who they might be targeting. So I give that movie an A+ for that. Oh, tall and handsome. Are you talking about me, Victoria? I'm taken. You can't talk to me like that.
He is. You are. I like you much better than Vince Vaughn, though.
Ah, I see.
We're talking about Vince Vaughn, right? Victoria.
It's either Vince Vaughn or Owen Wilson. Victoria likes somebody who's tall and handsome.
I don't know what it was I seen him in or something. I don't know. I guess he's handsome, but actor-wise.
Why don't we go to our next one? Oh, our next one. Now, Elaine, you told me you haven't heard about this movie, so let me set the stage for you. Interstate 60 is a movie that features a lot of big-name actors and actresses from the 90s and before. Some of these names are still popular today. You're thinking Michael J. Fox, Kurt Russell, Amy Jo Johnson. Remember her from Party of Five? She was the big sister. Amy Jo Johnson makes an appearance there. And a number of other names. Anne Margaret. For those of you who remember Anne Margaret. Those are the names that appear in this movie. The movie is about a young man who just has his birthday. And he makes a birthday wish to better have an understanding of his direction in life. The movie then follows him looking to get more direction in life after having made a birthday wish. Very cool movie. Very unique plot. And what I like about this movie is there's a scene in which the guy says no to a very attractive woman. Some of you are like, what? He actually says no to a very attractive woman. And so that's all I'll say about that scene. There's a lot more to the scene that show other life lessons. But one thing that I think is important is being able to say no to what seems like an irresistible, undeniable, irrefutable offer. There are times when it's best to say no. I just love how he does that. So go watch the movie and tell us what you think of this guy saying no to a beautiful woman.
So was there a lesson involved here, or?
Oh, yes. I think there was a lesson involved here. I'm not going to tell you what the lesson should be for you, but I thought there was a lesson there. Not just that he said no because it's fun to say no, but it can be, I guess. But I thought there was a lesson to be said there, and something that just, I don't want to give away too much of the movie, but I think there's a lesson to be said there, and the guy being willing to make a choice that maybe most people wouldn't make in this situation, but he decided that for him, that was not where he wanted to go.
Well, I'm with Tammy. I've never heard this movie before. What year was it made?
It was made in, I think, the early 2000s. Carla can probably tell us. She can Google it and tell us. But I think it was made in the early 2000s. You can find it at your local library, or I think it's on Amazon. I looked for it on Netflix, could not find it, but if you got Prime, you probably can find it there. Oh, James Marsden is the main character. 2002.
2002. Okay.
James Marsden is the main character, and if you don't know who James Marsden is, but you've watched the X-Men movie franchises and the X-Men movies where the X-Men are in their younger years, James Marsden plays a Cyclops. So
my favorite. Oh yeah, I love one-eyed men.
Well, Cyclops is actually not one-eyed. He's the guy he has two eyes, but he's got eyes they have a really powerful beam that comes out of him. So he has to have these shades on to keep the world safe from his eye, from his piercing gaze, to piercing gaze. So that's pick number 2 is Interstate 60. And I picked that one because I knew many people haven't heard of it, but it's a movie that everybody should watch. It's a fun movie.
Put it on the list, right?
Yes, put it on the list. Lots of interesting characters, lots of good life lessons. Who's on there? Chris Cooper is on there too. Who? Chris Cooper is another actor that's on there. He's played in a lot of movies that had to do with like government conspiracies and stuff like that, and action movies. So Chris Cooper is another guy who's on there. He plays bureaucrats a lot in other movies.
Don't know who that is either. I'm lost a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Victoria has a suggestion. Sleepless in Seattle. Her favorite part is when Meg Ryan breaks it off with her fiance because she realizes she's in love with Tom Hanks, then tries to get to the Empire State Building and almost misses him.
I love that movie too. That was Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks, they have wonderful chemistry. They've done more than one romantic comedy together. They also did
You've Got Mail. Was that them?
Yeah, You've Got Mail. Have they done something else? But I love
comics did a lot of that.
Yeah, very classic, beautiful, and the son got involved somehow, right? With the Sleepless, didn't the son somehow?
I haven't watched that one, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a while, but it's beautiful. Just a beautiful story, and loved it. Thanks, Victoria. Thank you for reminding me of that. It hasn't even crossed my brain cells in a while. But that's a good one to watch when you haven't watched it in a long time. So thanks.
Put it on the list.
And then Barry, what if Barry said something? Oh, it depends on your personality. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So I guess that's going back to Interstate 60.
Okay, perhaps, yes. Interstate 60 or
no, the first movie. What was the first movie? That was the one where the guy. Yeah, the guy said no to the beautiful woman.
Oh, that one was Interstate 60.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
I'm getting lost already. Okay, all Mr. Right. Mr. Right. Who's Mr. Right?
Have you watched that one?
Mr. Right?
Yes.
Oh, I've lived it.
You've lived it. Now Elaine is showing off, everybody. Elaine's lived a movie called Mr. Right.
I haven't seen the movie though.
I haven't seen the movie.
I have. Who's in it?
So Anna Kendrick is in it.
Okay.
Yeah, Anna Kendrick is in it. I don't remember the guy's name, but that's the big name you recognize from the movie is Anna Kendrick. And in the movie, she falls for this guy who has, let's call it, it's not the kind of job you'd like a person you fall in love with to have, probably. He's a more of a dangerous guy. Yeah.
How dangerous? How dangerous is he?
He gets paid to kill, Elaine. That's how dangerous. He gets paid to kill. Okay. But don't worry, there's no blood or gore in the movie. It's a hilarious movie. And what I like about it, it's totally hilarious. Watch it tonight. Be careful with the popcorn. You might choke on it. So if you're going to watch it with popcorn, make sure there's somebody nearby who can give you CPR, call 911 or something. It's really that good.
Thanks for that advice.
You're welcome. I'm just looking out for you, Elaine. I can't run the show by myself next week.
That's true.
So we gotta have
It'd be no good without me, bud.
Can you imagine in the age of COVID being somebody who chokes on popcorn, having that be the thing that does you in? Come on.
probably would make sense, actually. It's the way I'd rather go choking on the popcorn.
I'd rather finish the popcorn.
I could think of worse ways.
I'd rather finish the popcorn, but that's just me. Now we're talking about
food towards the bottom of the bowl.
Everybody wants that.
CPR won't fix it, Barry says, so it's useless.
Heimlich
it's
maneuver.
The Heimlich maneuver, right? You got to do the Heimlich.
Or just like pop you in the throat, pop you in the collar a little bit.
Oh man.
So let's the movie with Anna Kendrick, Mr. Right. And so in this movie, what I like is the back and forth, the playfulness and the flirting that these two engage in. It's not mushy. They're not being ultra intrusive with each other. And when he actually fesses up, there's this unrealistic acceptance, because who's gonna say, "Oh, I'm okay with you being a killer. Let's go." I guess some people might, but what I love is the back and forth, the banter, the playfulness that they exhibit throughout the movie. And that's something to be copied. That's something to be emulated when you're dating, when you're courting, when you're in a relationship. It's a fun movie, but careful with the popcorn.
Careful with the popcorn. Yeah.
What do you think, I know you haven't seen the movie, but how important do you think it is to have a little playfulness, banter when you're first talking to somebody or beyond?
Well, if it's a paid killer, you better be nice and try to be sunny. You better have a sunny disposition.
You don't want to get caught by a stray bullet, you mean?
Better be nice. Try to be nice to him.
There you have it from Elaine Saunders herself. Be nice to him.
I don't know. I grew up on Staten Island. It's probably safe to say I might have dated a few killers.
I'm known for that? I didn't know.
A couple of Soprano soldiers.
You're catching me up because I was.
Yeah.
The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Ooh,
waste management. The business owners.
Nice. Moving on to the next movie title. Elaine, you know this one well. So why don't you pick it up with this one? Something's gotta
give. Oh, that was the one with Jack Nicholson and Diane Keaton.
Yes.
Something's gotta give. That's a phrase I often hear very, very often. In general, something's gotta give. So that movie was, if my memory serves me, Are
you getting distracted by the comments?
Yeah, I'm looking at the comments. I thought maybe there was something there, related to that.
Victoria was discussing a different movie, but I'll catch you up. So Something's Gotta Give is about this older guy who's a bachelor, and he's got money now, and he's got a nice fancy convertible, and he just loves dating younger women. He's got all these ideas about women and why you should date younger women, and he's sometimes looking at the camera giving advice. And at one point meets this woman he's dating. He meets the woman's mom, and the movie the movie continues on that way. I forget who the daughter is. I don't remember who played the daughter.
Tammy, you love this movie. Who played the daughter?
and so in the movie, there comes a point where this line is delivered. The line is, "You're a woman to love."
What did he say?
He said, "You're a woman to love."
You're a woman to love. I could hear Jack saying that too.
Can't you though? Can't you?
You're a woman to love.
You're a woman to love.
Absolutely.
You're a woman to love. And that's one of the ways to show appreciation. It's so cryptic. It's so weird. But at the same time, it's just like, it makes you, if somebody says that to you, that's
very Jack.
You're like, what just happened? So it kind of stops the action.
You're a woman to love.
That makes you take stock of what is going on right now. you're a woman to love. And there's a lot of other things that make you laugh in the movie. There are probably things that will make kind of like make your hair stand on end, because the movie was made in the maybe late 90s, early 2000s. Times have changed a lot since between how men and women interact, and I think it's still a great movie. And that one line just gets me, like, you're a woman to love, and her reaction to the whole thing. All to say, I like the way he expresses the appreciation without getting overly mushy and turning into this big puddle, and the violence in the background, and getting on one knee at the stadium with 50,000 people onlooking. There's none of that. There's none of that. And he says it in a way that just like stops the action. And it's just like, wow, what just happened here? And I think that's the quality to be emulated. Just to say something that communicates appreciation, stops the action, but it can kind of like become an inside joke. Like that could be their thing. Like, I'm a woman to love, or whatever that means.
Yeah, it's like a line that kind of takes your breath away, right? If you're on the receiving end of it, it's like,
who wouldn't be called that? You're a man to love, or you're a woman to love. Like, who wouldn't be? And it was based on what she did too. She did an arguably small gesture, but he appreciated it so much that he said that. Yeah.
And that went to Diane Keaton.
Yeah.
And she's awesome. She's just,
isn't she?
She's a sweetheart. She's timeless. Beautiful.
I agree.
Sexy and just sweet. You know, she's so sweet. And daffy. She's so daffy and cute, you know.
The way you're talking about that, I think we should get you her phone number. This could be a perfect match.
Well, I have a little girl crush on her.
Like a big girl crush to me, Elaine.
No, just, a role model. Like, I aspire to be Diane Keaton in my next lifetime.
So before we talk about this next movie, let's go quickly to Barry's comment here. Barry mentions Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I saw that movie a long time ago. It was with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, right?
Yes.
I think they were the team that made that movie. It's a movie about two super spies. And that's what I remember about it. I think it was more action than romantic comedy. Perhaps
I think there was some funny scenes. There was some funny, goofy scenes. Yeah. That was the movie. Yeah, that was the movie that got them together and kind of broke up the bread gin.
Yeah, this is how that came about. And so thanks for that, Barry. And Victoria also brought up Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock and The Lake House, the time travelers.
Oh. Yeah, they were together in Speed. So like some actors and actresses, like they just have this like amazing chemistry.
Yes.
So you see them together. I saw Crazy Stupid Love the other night with it had Ryan Gosling and who's that cutie that was in La La Land? Emma Stone.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. They're just beautiful on screen together. And so they were beautiful in La La Land. And I watched this movie. I didn't expect to see them in this movie, but they were together again. Like those two were together again on the screen. So it's kind of cool when you see two actors like Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, and they get to do another movie together in different roles, and they're, two different characters, yet there's still the electricity between them.
That sounds like a good relationship.
Yeah.
You can be two different characters but still work well together.
Yeah. Although with Mr. and Mrs. Smith, that turned into a real deal. They really couldn't keep their hands off each other to the extent that it ruins a marriage for one of them.
See, sometimes when you're a good actor, the good acting means you can't tell yourself from maybe you can't tell yourself from the part you're playing anymore, and it all just becomes one. Who knows? Or is that bad acting? I don't know.
It's called control yourself, Brad. Control yourself.
I don't know about acting. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next movie. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, this movie is one of my favorites. The 40-Year-Old Virgin with Steve Carell. I think this
I
movie
love
put
Steve Carell. He was in Crazy Stupid Love. He was the lead
Was he?
actor.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say go see that one. You didn't see it. See it.
I didn't. Yeah. So in the 40-Year-Old Virgin, the scene for me that I want to bring your attention to there is there's a scene where the main character named Andy goes into a store. Actually, no, he works at the store. Somebody else comes in the store, and his buddy is giving him advice on how to go talk to this woman. And actually, it's the other way around. Details don't matter. He goes and starts talking to this woman, but before he starts talking to him, his buddy gives him this advice. He says, "Women love to talk. They don't care what you have to say. Just ask questions and shut up. Just ask questions and shut up." And so the guy's like, "Okay, got it." And he's like, "Okay, got it." Steve Carell's character. "I'm just gonna go and ask questions." And he goes over there, and for about 2 minutes, whatever she says, he asks her a question in return. But the delivery is hilarious. And watching her reaction, she begins to chuckle and just really respond well to him. Go watch that scene. And I know some people will have different opinions about it, like, "Oh, I don't think I'd like that." Well, if it was a guy you were into and that happened, you'd like it. Because he didn't do anything inappropriate. He didn't invade a personal space. He was having a conversation. And for the first time in the movie, he began to have an air of mystery to him. And who doesn't love a good mystery?
That's interesting because the character he played in the movie that I watched this weekend, Crazy Stupid Love, he went from being a man. He wasn't a virgin, but he had been married for 30 some odd years. And
so he was a virgin.
Gets to be like that. I guess. Wow. Wow.
I just threw Elaine off.
Well,
before.
I was married twice, so I had two different experiences. So with those marriages, I can't even think straight. Oh, so in the movie, he was married for 30 years, and his wife asked him for a divorce. So he's back in the dating world, and I could so relate to this gentleman's character because I have so many clients that, you know, come to me and they haven't dated in ever. Like his wife, he married at 17. Their first child was born immediately. She was pregnant. And so a man in his 50s comes to me, he hasn't dated ever, like ever. And so long story short, you watch his character develop from like a real socially awkward, doesn't know how to approach a woman, doesn't know how to talk to them, to the next thing you know, he's getting coaching from a coach kind of guy. And the next thing you know, he's scoring left and right. So it was kind of interesting. I thought of the value of a coach and how it could help somebody learn to communicate with the opposite sex.
I think it's interesting how that beautifully segues into our last movie. You're not going to believe what the last movie is.
What's
It's Hitch. It's Hitch. So
one of my all-time favorites. Yeah, When Harry Met Sally, I think, is my favorite, but Hitch is right up there. I love, love, love Hitch. Who doesn't love Hitch?
So what did you love about Hitch besides the fact that it's Will Smith?
He's a coach and a matchmaker. More of a coach, though. More of a coach. He's a man. He's really kind of more like you than me, although people accuse me of, oh, you're like Hitch.
Oh.
He's really a man's dating coach.
Yes.
And he gives advice. And his client in the movie is played by Kevin James, who's Paul Blart Mall Cop. I mean, who doesn't need dating advice more than Paul Blart? Hilarious. That's right. I'll have what she's having. Harry Met Sally. And that's what she said. That's what Carell said. The Office. But anyway, Hitch is hilarious. It's such a good movie. There's so many good scenes in it. and he coaches Kevin James how to kiss a woman. And it's funny because I think I've literally given the same advice to men.
It's good. It's good advice. The movie.
I tell them to watch the movie because I don't want to have to show them.
Why is that extra?
I charge more for that. Yes, absolutely. I always tell people always tell me, I ask them, what are you looking for in a partner? And I can't tell you how many times people tell me, Elaine, he's got to be a good kisser. If he's not a good kisser, I don't want to date him. And I'm like, all right, how do we accomplish this? How do I figure out if he's a good dater before I introduce you? I'm like, okay, well, I'll figure it out for you, but that's going to cost extra.
You'll
Sorry. If I got to kiss him first, I got to charge more for that.
Field investigation.
Yeah, there's a fee.
Oh my goodness, that is too.
I got to kiss another frog. Well,
anybody who wants
to do that, just kidding, everyone. I don't.
Anybody who wants to see a movie scene,
I don't test out clients.
If anybody wants a good movie scene where there's good advice on kissing, there's a movie called Cruel Intentions.
Cruel Intentions.
Let's go on YouTube.
Kevin James.
And Cruel Intentions kissing scene. That's all I'm gonna say. There's a good scene where one of the characters is coaching the other one on how to give a good kiss. And I would never think to explain it that way, but it's beautifully explained. And you can see that the coaching works. That's all I'm going to say about that. The coaching works. Yes, totally. So here we go. We give you a list of good Valentine's Day movies plus a few extras. And our time is up, everybody. I want to thank everybody who joined us. Those who commented, like Barry and Victoria and Tammy and Carla.
Good test. Oh, listen to Victoria. I'm going to have to hire her as a subcontractor. Listen to what she says.
I think I'm changing my field. Elaine, I might be a good test kisser. Ooh, look at that.
I'm going to subcontract her, and she could do all the testing.
Victoria, that's fine. Just make sure your immune system is nice and boosted. Drink lots and lots of
Oh, my goodness.
You don't have to catch COVID on the job.
She knows the risks.
We don't want you
we'll have to wait. Have you been vaccinated? Twice and 3 times.
All right, everybody. We love the comments. Keep them coming, but we are going to wrap the show up.
Thank you so much fun. Thank you, everyone.
Jared, we're going to be back next week with more awesome content. We might even have a guest. We'll see. Before I go, I want to have my illustrious co-hostess tell us how she can be found. Elaine, tell everybody where to find you.
I can be found right here. If you want to send me a little message, just go to Dynamic Introductions on Facebook and get in touch with me there, or right here on the screen, dynamicintroductions.com. That's my website. My phone's there, my email's there. There's a form there you can fill out. My calendar's there. You can set an appointment.
There's everything.
Easy peasy.
Everything. Just click it and go.
All of it.
And if you're looking to find me, my name is Richard Francois. I am your dating strategist. You can find me here on this page, Astound Yourself Dating, here on Facebook. You can also go to grichard360.com where you find video interviews of me and how I work. And you can then reach out to me and we can set up a time to talk. Who do I like to work with? I'm glad you asked. I love to work with single guys ages 25 and up who are nice guys. You know you're a nice guy if she says to you, I wish there were more guys like you, and then she goes and kisses her boyfriend instead of you. And her boyfriend is a bad boy she keeps complaining about but won't leave. That's when you know you're a nice guy. You know you're a nice guy if you'll wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning to give a friend a ride home, even though there's Uber around. That's too nice.
Oh,
that's too nice. So with that, thank you, everybody, for watching the show. Elaine, you seem like you have something to say. Say it quick.
Yeah, it's Valentine's Day weekend. And just if you have somebody great, if you don't, who cares? You know, it's just love yourself, love your friends. There's lots of love to go around. amongst people you know. It's a big hype on Hallmark's part. Don't buy into the BS. Don't buy into that. Oh, woe is me. I need to have a date on Valentine's Day. It's just another day on the calendar. Valentine's Day, love should be every single day of the week. It's not a day on the calendar, really. It's a lot of hype. Don't buy into it. Just love yourself, love your friends, love your family, love the people that you're close to. And if you don't have somebody special, then make it a point to make some changes to make it happen. And if you need help with that, give us a call.
That's right. That's right. And with that, I agree with everything Elaine says, and happy Valentine's Day.
Okay.
See y'all next week. Good night.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Stay warm, stay safe, stay healthy.